Have you ever been asked what you want and gone completely blank? Not because there were too many options, but because you genuinely just didn't know. That happened to me before, and not just once, many times. And I would go into a complete panic when somebody asked me, what did I actually want or what did I think? Whether it was what book should we read next, what wine should we pick, how should we, what clothes or what outfit, anything that required me to have a good sense of what it was that I actually liked and what I wanted. Not what other people wanted, not what other people thought were the best, but what I actually wanted. It was not there. I was blank. And what I realized was that this was from years of letting other people make my choices. It was the little things that I just didn't think I needed to know what my answer was. I could just allow other people to fill in the blank, and that would be fine. But what I started to notice over time is that it wasn't just me being easygoing, it was me disappearing. And the result was when I really wanted to know what it was that I liked and I wanted and I thought, my mind was blank. The moment I caught it really left me feeling ashamed. And it wasn't what I wanted to be and how I wanted to show up. And I really did want to know me. What I learned is that this blank feeling that I had wasn't that I was broken or that something was wrong with me. It was really just that I stopped asking myself, what do I actually want? And not only that, I didn't allow myself to even question it because I was so good at distracting myself from myself. The way back is actually simpler than you think. It's get still, put down that phone or whatever it is that's distracting you, and ask yourself, what do I actually think? So it's carving out that space, that time, that place where you can actually connect with yourself and hear because it's there. You just need to ask the question. And then you share it and you allow it to flop, or you allow it to be not right, or you allow it to be whatever it is. And as you keep doing that, you'll find that you get clearer and clearer exactly what it is that you think and want and like. Now, the reality is there is a messy middle here. And I think this is what I had to learn throughout all the changes I did. Out in the world, we find all the answers of what we could do instead. And, we can do those things, but the result that we want doesn't always happen right away. And that's what you're probably going to find here as well. I mean, for me, there's still times where I have to stop myself from distracting, from checking in with myself and what I really want, and to hear my own answer. But what I've found is that it is always there when I do stop and pay attention. So here's what I offer you to try this week. Just once, just try to do something different to check in with yourself to find out what it is you actually want. So get still, find your place where you can be quiet, put down the phone or whatever else it is that you use as distraction, and ask yourself, what do you actually want? And if there comes a voice saying it's stupid or it's not the right choice or whatever that might be, it's the loop talking and it's not you. It's just that part of you that has practiced and made it a habit to ask other people and not yourself. So bringing it back to you. Now, when you get stuck in this messy middle part, here's some of the things that you can expect. You may find that you resist getting still. You may find that you're distracting yourself like you've always done. For me, sometimes it is really hard to put down the phone. It's really hard to actually sit still with myself. And that's why I tend to go to the coffee shop where I find that I don't want to pick up my phone there. I can't really distract myself in the ways that I would when I'm at home, and it forces me to get still with myself. And with the crowd around and the noise, it kind of just helps me to focus in on myself. So finding your place where you can get still and quiet and interrupt your distracting of yourself. Be ready to hear that voice that is going to say, what you think is wrong or stupid or um, not what you want. And of course, it might be because it's out of practice. And the only way you can really figure that out is by trying it and putting it out in the world and failing fast and learning based on what you tried and what you will then try afterwards. So it is of course going to take time. Like I said, it's the messy middle. Give yourself the grace to fail and try again until you get it to what you really want. I mean, that's the process of figuring yourself out again. And if you continue to go blank, be gentle on yourself. I found that my insights really come in waves, and the more I practiced it and the more I put it out in the world and the more I learned, the more it would come when I got still, and the more I would be able to understand and hear really what was my own insights. So it's a practice that you want to allow to come in those natural waves and be gentle as they're rolling in. Two other things that I think really helped me is to have somebody who I could share my ideas with, that I knew wouldn't be quick to jump or quick to give their insights or give their way. They would just listen and then ask me other questions to help me really define more clearly what it was that I thought and what I liked and what I wanted. So it's having that person who's not going to jump in and make a choice because we might be a little bit slower to get to what it is that we actually want. And then one of the biggest pieces that I learned is that you may feel shame. And I know that was a feeling that I had the most because for me, I was avoiding myself because I was ashamed that I didn't know the right way to be. And what I learned about shame is that it was absolutely there to guide me when I was stuck in something that wasn't true for me. And when I understood that that shame feeling was important moment for me to then go get still and listen to myself and do the work around what I was telling myself, get in the way, interrupt that and prove it wrong because none of that was helpful, but it was there. And I had to challenge it so that I could still it and get it quiet so that I could actually hear the insights I wanted to hear. So, this is something that I help women do in my coaching practice. So, if you're wanting more information, you can check the link below, and I'd be happy to support you along the way. All right, if you have any questions, let me know and give it a try this week. Put that phone down, get still, ask yourself, what do I really want? All right, we'll talk to you again next time. Bye for now.